Well, our continent has been going through a lot of things, especially civil wars. I can speak about East Africa alone, which is where my country is really situated. My country alone went through war for 70 years, so the history is very long. I can say the same thing too about Somalia because I spent a lot of time in the DAP E4 camps when the whole civil war really broke out, and then I was there with the people of Somalia, and also Ethiopia went through the same things. So the civil war that we fight in this part of East Africa, they have a negative impact on our country, on our people, and how do we really? The question would be, how can we really prevent those wars? You know, and I think education is a one way to really do that, and that's why, for my work as a UNHCR, I focus on education and youth. And in my case, yes, there was so many risks that was placed on my path, but for the fact that you just have to know your ground. Knowing your ground is good enough, and accepting the risks that are coming your way. So if you understand those, and then you make decisions based on your understanding about how do I get around this risk, you know? How do I accept that risk, you know? So I knew that, you know, I'm going through my struggle. So I turned my struggle by playing the sport. And the sport helped me stay grounded. And then I can see the opportunity, what I can do, what I cannot do. So I think that's one way for a person to really flip that around and make the best of life, because there's no way to avoid life. Resilience, being accepting to everything that is really happening around you and adapting to it and making the best out of it. If you can hurdle over it, and then you can learn something. But the worst part would be if you're not learning along those lines, and then it would be hard to really manage a risk.